Hi, I'm Eric. I'm 24 years old, and I lost my golden retriever, Coffee, 3 months ago. As a child, I remember vividly that my brother and I always begged our parents for a puppy. We wanted one so badly, and my parents didn't fulfill our wishes until I turned 8 and my brother turned 10. The first day we met Coffee was on a bubbly Christmas Eve. That afternoon, my parents had gone for their regular Christmas shopping, and when they returned, they announced that they had a surprise for us. We didn't know what it was because they didn't give us the slightest heads up that they would gift us a puppy that year, especially since my brother and I were tired of begging for one. My mind almost exploded when my dad opened his car trunk and brought out the cutest golden puppy we had ever seen. I was so excited, and my brother jumped everywhere in the garage. When my dad dropped Coffee on the garage floor for the first time, she was so shy and had to hide behind one of his car tires to peep at us. Maybe she didn't feel safe yet and was trying to get familiar with the faces, but seeing her like that melted my tiny heart. As excited as we were, my brother and I didn't know what to do until my dad told us to go to her and touch her head. The moment we did that, everything changed. The feeling was cosmic, and out of the blues, I named her Coffee. The name came because of her golden fur. My brother suggested we name her Golden, but since that would have been too cliché, we settled for Coffee. From that day, Coffee automatically became the family's last child, and we all took care of her. She brought so much joy to us and was there by our side in very trying times. As a weird 8-year-old boy with no friends, Coffee became my best friend, and we did everything together. We got so close that she became my official sidekick and my partner in crime. One time, while she was still a puppy, I snuck her into school in my bag, and unfortunately, I was caught because she couldn't stay quiet. It was both a sweet and bitter experience for me. I don't know why, but Coffee preferred spending more time with me than anyone else in the house. Maybe it was because I gave her more attention, and we would always share a meal, the safe ones. When my parents divorced, and I had to move in with my dad, Coffee chose to go with us, and she stood by me all through those difficult times. She knew how to comfort me whenever I was sad or depressed, and she would lick all of my sadness away. Not to brag, but Coffee was the richest dog I knew. She had many bandanas, pretty colorful collars, big girl chains and bracelets, toys, cute blouses, and many handmade blankets. Every year, on her birthday, I'd make sure I gifted her new collars, cute blouses, or new gold accessories to complement her golden fur. Her birthday was so important to me, and I never missed any. During Christmas, my dad and I would leave her gifts under the Christmas tree, and we'd watch her tear through the wrapping papers with passion until she discovered what was in it. It was always a sight to behold. We would watch her obsess over the toy or gift she got as long as she wanted until she was tired of it. One of the things I loved so much about Coffee was her tail wag. Her cute barks and tail wags could light up a dark city. There were days I had a very tough time at work, and each time I returned home to Coffee, her barks of excitement and lovely tail wag would make me forget all about my bad day. For 16 solid years, Coffee stood by me and never left my side, and each time I looked at her, she motivated me to work so hard and give her a good life. Aside from her good side, Coffee also had a bad side. She hated having her hair trimmed, and I have no idea why. She would literally turn from a cute, innocent dog to a two-headed monster whenever it was time for her to have a haircut. It was always hilarious, but I still loved her anyway. 3 months ago, while I was still in bed, my dad woke me to tell me that something was wrong with Coffee. He said he let her outside to do her thing, but he noticed that she couldn't poop very well and seemed to be in pain. The next step was to take her to the vet, and when we got there, we received news that changed our lives forever. The vet did a CRT and found big tumors that were stopping her from pooping. Coffee was diagnosed with colon cancer, yet she was still very active. My dad and I knew she was in so much pain, and we had to make a painful decision. We chose to have her euthanized, and because we didn't want to deal with the pain all over again, we had to do it there. I don't want to go into the details because remembering that day brings me an avalanche of pain. Even my dad didn't want her to go, but he had to. It hurt him so much that Coffee had to go that he cried. My goodness! That was the first time I saw my dad cry. Coffee meant so much to him. Scratch that, she had become a part of the family and we saw her as a person. Throughout the process, she kept wagging her tail. I know it was her way of telling me not to worry, that everything would be fine. But how will everything be fine? It's been 3 months, and the house feels so empty without her. If we had asked for an operation despite knowing that the chances were slim, we would have been selfish. A couple of years ago, we had the same tumors removed, and they grew back. She was in so much pain, and it kept getting worse by the minute. Right now, I feel like a part of me died the day Coffee was put to sleep. To honor her, we had her cremated, and we have kept her dust. That way, she'll always be with us. I am still trying to figure out what to do with all her collars, blankets, and chains. Currently, I'm wearing her last collar around my wrist to feel closer to her. I know she is down the Rainbow Road, and I know she is in a good place. It hurts, it really hurts to know that I'll live the rest of my life without my best girl of 16 years. Anyway, my dad and I have decided to leave a gift under the Christmas tree for her every year. It would feel so out of place just to stop. We know it's insane, but it's what we want. I'm glad I was a good dad to her and did my best to give her a memorable life. I love you so much, Coffee.